As this year began, President Obama's approval ratings were in the tank. Polls showed him stuck in the low to mid-40s, with a disapproval rating topping 50%. These days, those numbers are reversed. In recent weeks he has averaged above 51% in the Real Clear Politics average of polls. That's a remarkable recovery for someone who has frequently been pushed out of the news by the 2016 presidential race. As has been the norm with previous presidents, Obama's final year in office has been relatively quiet. Among other things, he became the first president since Calvin Coolidge to visit Cuba, required investment advisors to represent the interests of their clients, created a wildlife refuge in the Pacific, and quietly negotiated a plan with Republicans to deal with Puerto Rico's debt problems. Not inconsequential, but hardly earth-shaking stuff. And yet here he is, over 50%. A number of commentators say Obama benefits from comparisons with this year's candidates to succeed him. There's probably some truth to that. Obama has been a largely classy, mature and personally scandal-free presence in the White House. But a couple of other explanations are also plausible. One is that the rise of Obama's poll numbers should be seen as a scathing indictment of contemporary politics and news media. To be in office these days, particularly the presidency, is to be cut down and called all manner of things. Obama was accused of not having been born in the USA and of being a socialist, among other things. But as the focus has shifted to the next president, much of this nonsense has abated. A second reason for Obama's rising numbers might be that voters are actually taking stock of his presidency. Obama got the economy through the latter stages of a terrifying financial crisis, rescued the auto industry in a way that made it more competitive than it had been in decades, took out Osama bin Laden, oversaw a long though uneven economic expansion, and presided over a 50% decline in the unemployment rate and a 10,000-point gain in the Dow Jones Industrial Average. He brought an expansion of healthcare that, while far from perfect, provided coverage to millions of uninsured people and had been a goal of presidents for decades. Just this last weekend, he formalized a plan long in the works to put the weight of both the US and China behind combating climate change. On the downside, Obama's blunders in Syria, Iraq and Libya helped give rise to the Islamic State terror group in those nations and beyond. Like other recent presidents, he will leave his successor a much larger federal debt and virtually no progress on curbing the benefit programs that drive deficits. And, despite his 2008 campaign pledges, he wasn't able to change the way Washington works or radically improve racial relations. As Obama enters his final 4 months in office, he is finally being judged as he should be, by his successes and failures, not by invented conspiracies or apocalyptic predictions. The latest polls suggest that lots of people, to paraphrase the song, are gonna miss him when he's gone.